Hello again, everyone. We are on part 2 of our video of tropical leaves. So, the last I left you was with the last tropical leaf we made you. And I reduced them. I have 3 stacks here. Actually, I have 4. One's a little smaller, though. So these are the leaves. What they look like. Okay. So I wanted to use this for a part 2 and make a cane out of this. Like a kaleidoscope cane. The only problem I came in with yesterday, I actually kind of laid it out to try and figure out what I wanted to do. But I realized, like, if I did it like any of my other videos, where you put them sideways like that and build on them, it's going to be cut at the triangle. And so I saw this and went, oh, I don't want to cut all the way down into that center line, because it's going to mess up the whole pattern, if that makes sense. So remember that little cane that we had that was left over? There we go. So now we can do that and set it up like we normally do with our other canes, because it's so easy doing it that way. And then before I put this into a triangle, I will add the orange onto this side, and that way when I put it all together, I'm hoping that these will all line up, if that makes sense. I just didn't want to put that center because when I cut it, I didn't want to cut through it. So this is our main focal piece right here. Okay, and then I found a bunch of canes when we did that last flower. I had a bunch of different canes that I tried in the center of the flower to find which one I liked the best. So I pulled them all out. Oh, and by the way, this is another flower that is up online now. I just had a bullseye cane of black and blue. And so I figured I'd turn it into a flower because I was so bored last night. So I got those up. And I've got this wonderful cane of yellow and red, but if I had enough, I'd make a flower out of that one. So that one's just going to be a regular cane. I'm also working on 4-leaf clover cutters because St. Patrick's Day is coming up. And actually, before I get started with this, I will probably show that to you. Now, I don't know which one of these I'm going to use. I'm just going to unwrap them all. And let's use purple, since purple's right in front of me. And this is another heart. Okay, it is on my website, on Etsy, and I'm sorry, it's in my Etsy store, Creative Dork. And this number is 218. And I know that 4-leaf clovers are green. But I'm just using whatever scrap that I picked up. And I'm going to make this at a number 3 because I'm hoping to get 4 in here. So I'm making these. I have them single. So you can get this from ½ inch to 3 inches. But I'm making multi-cutters of these now. And that way you can just one press and you got a bunch of hearts. These would be great for studs. But if you look at the heart, they're different than most hearts as the sides are straight. I don't know if you can really see it, but you see how it comes out really sharp on the bottom. And the reason for that, obviously, is to give you a nice fit. Next to the other hearts. And you could either make a 3-leaf. Yeah, it's a little sticky and it's thin, so that doesn't help me. Okay, or you got your little 4-leaf clover. I mean, if you want to get bold, you could even make 5 of them. And it'll just be a heart flower, which I think I already have a heart flower up there. So that way, if you're making some kind of a veneer for the holiday. Right? Or again, you can make 5 out of them. And it should still fit. Well, it would if I knew what I was doing. So you can do that way. So I'm working on the multi-cutters right now. Those will hopefully be up before this video goes up. But alright, let's get started on this. So I try to figure out how to place everything, and I started getting a little stressed out. So I stopped for the night and figured we'd do it all together. But I have all these colorful canes. I think what I was worried mostly about was everything being too busy. Okay, and then this was another one that I did. I really like this one, but for some reason I really like this one to go with that. I just love the pink, orange, and yellow on that. And this is just a blue, but it's not a blue that matches the other blue. And I have kind of like a leaf cane. I've still got this. But I really thought I had one more leaf cane to put into this. Yeah, see, I've got all kinds of different canes over here. So I figured I might as well use these up. We have some pink we can throw in there. I mean, we just want it really tropical. Alright, I know I had one more of those leaves. I can't find it, so I'm not going to worry about it. And I'm surprised how soft this cane is. Either way, it's going to be 1.5. We'll figure that one out later. Okay, so again, this is going to be our focal piece. And this is going to have to come into a triangle like that. But I don't want to move this now. I'm just going to try and build it to where it's a little higher to make it a little easier. I don't know. Now, I saw this cane, and I thought this might look good on the side of it. And I have this right here. Just thinking of making little dots coming out. I don't know. That was the hardest part, is trying to figure out where to lay it all. And I probably should have drew it. But as you know, my drawing skills are not that great. So I didn't want to ruin it and waste a bunch of time drawing it out, and then I'm not liking it at all. So we're going to try this. Okay, so how tall is this? So this is only 1 inch tall instead of 1.5 inches. I didn't realize that. I thought I pulled it to 1.5 inches, and I probably did that way. So I did it on the wrong end. But this might be easier to work with, right? So I'm basically just trying to put something boring, I guess, next to it. Alright, we're gonna try that. And you know that famous saying, right? If you don't like it, you got clay, you can always make it again. Okay. So this one's a little smaller. I'm gonna go ahead and bevel one of these edges. There we go. I want this just a little wider to go over the top. Okay, so I'm not gonna squish it in there yet, just because I don't like it. I didn't want to put too much white in here, which is where, you know what? I keep looking at it and see, this is when the mind changes. I'm wondering if a fuchsia and a white might look good there, and then the white would kind of mellow it out, if that makes sense. I want it to be tropical, so I don't want a whole bunch of white in here. I want it to be a really bright cane all the way through and through. But I want this focal, right, to be the center of attention. So if I put too many colors on the side of it, I wonder if that would, you know what I mean, take the focus away, or just literally leave it alone. And this isn't written in stone, so I can always change these. So right now is just the initial laying it all out. If I don't like it, then things get moved around. So literally, even drawing it out is not going to do me any good because I make so many changes anyways. If I can get 2 more out of this, that would be great. Got a lot of yellow, a lot of yellow, a lot of yellow, so I may have to switch around here. Okay. Not real happy with that. Oof. I think I like that one. Wow, this is old. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make just a quick Skinner blend using fuchsia and white. Not sure if I like those dots. Or, I don't know, just put them on one side. Ah, this is so old. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work. Alright, so I think my first thing that I really need to work on is a fuchsia and white. Ooh, you know what? Two colors that go so great with pink besides being green. But red and pink looks good. And orange and pink look really cool. So let me do that real quick. And then I'll probably come back. But I just want to get this to 2 inches because I just want to look at it. And as you can see, it's old, it's cracking. But I'm so close to being there that I want to at least try it, even though I'm about 50% sure I'm not going to use it. Me being so heavy-handed, you'd think that this wouldn't be so cracky. Alright, I'm going to cut it at the 1 inch anyways. I just want to see what it's going to look like before I say nope. Because that actually might work somewhere. Okay, so we're going to leave this right here for now. I am going to make a cane. So I'm going to be putting some red and orange in the middle of this. All right, let me make a cane. I'm going to go red, orange anyways, because I'm going to need it for the center. So it's going to be a lot like that leaf. And I'm going to make this a little thicker. Actually, it'll probably be thinner, because once I put that other side on, it's going to add to it. Okay, so let me do a couple of canes, or not canes, let me do a couple Skinner blends. I'm going to do a red, orange, and maybe some white, and I'm going to do a fuchsia and an orange. And as soon as I get that done, we'll come back. I've got this as well. Ooh, kind of like a peach color. This is just actually just sitting here. So this might come into play as well. Okay, so I will be right back. Alrighty guys, we're back. We made a couple different canes. I don't know which one I'm going to use yet. But the first thing I'm going to do is this little one that I did right here. I'm going to cover it with some blue at like a number 6. So that's just going to give us a nice little outline. We'll see how thick this is. That's pretty thin. Okay. So that's going to be our first job, just to cover this up. And I guess we can put that one in there as well. So I made a red and an orange, and a fuchsia and an orange, and I even made one of those just in case. We'll see how it works out and which one I like better, or if I don't like any of them. Okay, I thought I cut this right, but I didn't. So I need to add a little bit more here. I got clay all over the place. So I might have to clean that up the next time I pause, you guys. Alright, so this one, I'm going to do it again, but I'm just going to leave it long until I actually put it together. Okay. And then the only thing that I'm going to have to make one more Skinner blend is the orange and the red that's going to go in the center. Okay, so now I've got this little piece. That way we got a nice little outline here. Okay, we're going to set that up right there. So I saw that and I went, no, that's too much blue around it, but it might be something I can use in the end. So now I have a pink and an orange, or if this is a fuchsia, orange and a pink. And then I have kind of like a pinkish with an orange. So we're just going to play. And I'm just going to squish all this up really thin. I used white as well, just to kind of give it some contrast in the middle, so all these colors don't run together, but I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. And I don't quite know how I'm going to use this yet. But again, I'm thinking it might just be too many colors at once. So what do we got? About right there. So right now we're just kind of playing. What do you guys think? I wish I went live. That way you guys could have said no, or ooh, that looks good, or something. Okay, so that would be with an orange and red. Not too bad. See, because then I can throw in some of these colors or something a little darker. There's just so many colors going on here. Alright, so this one's going to be a little lighter. So let's try this one. And we're going to move all of this stuff out of our way because I've kind of added a whole lot of stuff here. Okay, so this is just for the heck of it, alright? Again, we are just practicing. Oof. I'm not sure I like that pink. The light pink doesn't seem very tropical to me, and it kind of throws it off. Alright, so let's kind of hide this pink for a minute. Act like no pink is on there and just look at the orange. And I was going to do just straight orange and red. So if I were to just do some white, I don't know if the white would be too harsh. Maybe not. And then put like the orange. Oi. I'm trying to not see the pink on here. I don't like the pink. Let's see if I can just slice through that pink a little bit. And no, I won't be using this piece. I just want to look at it. But not have that pink to look at. Okay, I'm going to make one more Skinner blend, and I think I'm going to use, so this is the fuchsia, right? This is the fuchsia and the pink, and then this was the red. I think I like the fuchsia and the orange. Okay, so I'm going to go make one more Skinner blend. fuchsia and orange. And then we're going to need some blues to put in here. I really do like these. I don't know why I like them so much, but I do. You know, and I could literally put these down first. I can also lay this down in the center like this. Okay, let's get some red and, or I'm sorry, some fuchsia and some orange. And we're going to come back. And I know this is kind of confusing. This is why never follow what I'm doing until after you watch the video at least once. Because yes, I do change my mind a million thousand times. So I don't want to confuse you anymore. So let me go ahead and do this and I'll be back one more time. Alrighty, so that was quick. Okay, so this is this red. So what I'm going to do really quick is remember that piece of orange that we had before, the orange and the yellow. I'm going to put that in there too. And I'm going to see which one I like better. Okay, so again, we have this right here. And I kind of like that. I'm going to be upset if that first one works better. And then that's the dark color. Okay, I do want to use this. See, this is the one thing about making cane. With me, at least. I don't know if other people have this issue. I know some people make the cane before they come on. And then make it again for you guys. I don't do that. Because I always seem like I end up changing my mind 30 million times, even after doing this once. Okay, so this might have been the short one right here. So I'm just going to lay this right here. This is what we're going to go with. So sometimes it just takes a couple times to figure out how you want something to be. And you guys that have followed me for a while kind of know this is how I operate. It's not by choice, it's just that my mind keeps moving. Alright, and I have somebody at the door, so I will be right back. Alrighty guys, sorry about that. One day I will learn to not open up my front door. Somebody trying to sell us solar and using the excuse of the fires, you know, to make us buy, and it just gets so aggravating. They come all the time. Alright, so I've got a bunch of canes here that I have no use for, except for fun little beads. So I thought I would grab a bunch of these out and let's see what we can do. And the pool guy is here, so I'm hoping Jake doesn't go all ballistic on us. So I may have to pause again. But I closed the shades in the family room, so I'm hoping, really hoping, that he doesn't hear him come through the gate. So far, so good. Okay, so we're just going to cut a bunch of these up. And I also have this with the lime green. I don't know if it's going to be too much blue or not, but I did pull that out. Oh, he heard. He's staring in the family room. Yeah, this room, my studio, is right by the front, not by the front door, but down the hallway. I can see the front door in my other office, and he was just sitting there, and yes, he has found the pool guy. Hey, Jake, come here. Jake. But it's winter, so I will guarantee he will be here in less than 3 minutes. He'll be gone. He's probably just going to check the chemicals, take out whatever leaves are in there. But there's no leaves because it's January. So I don't think he'll be here too long. Ooh, I like that. Okay, let me go ahead and pause you until he's out of here. Okay, the pool guy is gone. I know you guys don't need an apology. You always tell me it's okay. But between salespeople, pool guys, dogs barking, it takes me out of the zone, I guess, basically. And I'll guarantee it probably takes you out of the zone too. So I hate doing that to you guys. So while I was sitting here waiting for the pool guy to leave, I made a bunch of these. I grabbed me a sandwich, or I made me a sandwich, poured me a big glass of Dr. Pepper, and now I'm in the zone. And I had an epiphany here. I figured the next cane, you see all these pieces that I've cut up? Just to try and work on this cane, I am going to make another cane for the next video. And I'm going to take all of this stuff and I'm going to throw them together. I'm not going to think. I'm not going to plan like I am with this. I'm going to throw them all together and see what we come up with. And I will guarantee the canes that I don't think about, that I just put together, always seem to come out better than the ones that I plan for. So, let's get on this. And hopefully we don't have any more interruptions. Okay, so this is what I did. So I saw this and all, and I really like those colors and stuff, but it's too much orange with the orange. Okay, I really love these. But again, there's yellow here, there's yellow right here, so I pulled those out. Then I have these purple and greens, which actually don't look too bad. And then I have these green with the blue that I really thought looks really good on this. So I was thinking, do I want to split up like this? Okay. Because I've got enough to do it. Something's wrong there. It's that purple. The purple to me just seemed really dark. Let me find another one of those. I don't know. There was something about that blue that just seemed a little dark. Okay, so what am I using? I've got a purple. Yeah, so as you can see, I've cut up so much cane. That's another blue. I don't think I need another blue. I need a purple with a green. I'm hoping I have one more of those. I have a blue with a green, purple with the blue. Ah, I do. Awesome. All right, so I think we're just gonna put this in there. But now that I've cut this down to like an inch, these aren't full canes anymore, so they're not going to be good for the centers of any flowers. Okay, so if I can get this all perfect, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these off and just roll them a little bit more, because as you saw with that flower, they were really, really stiff because they've been sitting for a while. And I just want to make sure that they're going to be perfectly conditioned. So I'll roll them. And then I'm going to just push them back together and roll them. And hopefully we'll get that clay moving a little better. Okay, so we're going to take another blue and another purple, and we'll finish off with another blue. Okay, so I kind of like that. So now that we have that, I think I might be able to get one more purple in here. Okay. Be nice to have some kind of a little petal right here. Like I said, this is going to be real tropical, and I don't want to use black and white because I think it'll set it off a little bit, and I don't want to do that. So I still have that pink and orange piece that I've already got. This I'm just kind of looking. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Okay, so let me find that other piece here. So this is the one that I made. And then we have to remember that this has got to be shoved into a triangle. So we're going to have to move this over. All right. As you can see, we haven't really pushed it together yet, because you know me, I may end up moving it. And with all these little spaces in between, when I start to reduce, it's going to squish these, so these aren't going to be round anymore unless I somehow kind of push these in to keep them in line. So we'll probably end up doing that. Hey, you. I think you've done enough barking today. He just can't help himself. He really can't help himself. Alrighty. So I'm not sure how thin I want this. And this right here, I'll probably fold it over into something. You know, like he's so Jake. I should just shut my door, but Alright, so I think I've got enough. This might be kind of like a flower leaf. I don't know yet. But I don't think I'm going to take that apart again. I think we're good with where I'm at. And I want to go a little bigger than an inch. So I'm going to go 1. I'll tell you, animals sometimes are harder than children. I'm sure most of you that have animals know that. Okay, so I am looking for a knitting needle or something thin that I can push all these into. Okay, and hopefully okay, tape does not belong on there. Okay, so if we put this right in the middle there, then hopefully these will not move. So this I want to go all the way to the bottom. Okay, now if I can stretch this to go all the way around the flower, that would be awesome. Okay, I'm just going to tuck that right in there. Okay, so that's going to be the bottom. There we are on the side, kind of. And then this we just got to literally, I don't know, build from here somehow. I know this is going to be huge, so I'm going to have to bring this down a little bit. But I always do like 3 leaves together for whatever reason. I don't know. I just always do that. But so far, I'm really liking it. Took me a while to get it here. I don't know what it's going to look like when it's done. But so far, I'm liking it. Okay. And I know this needs to go in that way. So I'm just going to kind of try and bend it into that. Okay. So what do we have here, guys? We've got we've got all kinds of stuff. All right, let's make this a little smaller and rounder. I think it's going to be more fun making a cane that I don't think about than this one. Just a little bit more freedom to just have fun. Okay. So I don't know how I want this to lay. And I don't know if I'm even going to like it. tell you, that sales guy was persistent. Husband's not home. Oh, when's he going to be home? Trust me, he's not going to talk to you. We really won't talk to you. So, just give me your info. Do you have a card? Oh, no, I don't. Why don't people have business cards anymore? I don't get it. No business cards, just a, what do you call those boards? A clip sheet? Something like that. Oh, he's got all kinds of papers. And of course, you know, he's trying to... Says, no, well, it's not really solar. It's a battery. Okay, well, something that's got to power the battery. And yeah, with some kind of a panel on the roof. And I said, so it's solar. Well, not exactly. You know, and how much price of electricity is going to go up and stuff like that. Well, we know that. That forest fires didn't help, but it's like, it's one of those, okay, I get it. You know, we have this big fire, so now you've got to come out and, you know, act like you're the savior, right? Saving us from these electric companies that have done us wrong, and it's like, you're part of the problem. I'm sorry, but you are. Okay, so if I leave this like that, that could literally put a flower on the other side. So, I mean, I can do that, see what happens, right? Wait. Yeah, I'm putting this all together and rounding it all out. I think I might have to put something right there. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do that. So I'm just putting this together, making one big triangle. I'm just going to do that. Again, I may not even use these. I just don't know what to do with them. So these are the canes that I have left. I mean, I do like this. I don't know if I like the white coming out of the center. I may have to wrap that in blue. Here, let me go ahead and I'm going to make it smaller. Alright, gonna pull this one out now. The one that I thought I had two of. We're so close to finishing this. But now it's trying to find filler that doesn't outshine the leaf, basically. Oh, I did have another piece. Oh, yay. I knew I had two. So let's see if we can get one more of those in there. I might use that instead. I'm gonna go. Should have all been the same cut, just one was a little shorter. So maybe we can do 4. So it's kind of like we just had, right? I don't know, I just don't like that. Okay, so let's just leave that like that. Alrighty, so now we just got to figure out how we're going to finish the rest of this. So I may need to make, I mean, this is a nice blue one. It's pretty bright though. But what happens if we just change it and flatten it a little bit? I'm determined to use everything on here and not have to make any more. See what I mean? I should call this the mystery channel, because you never know what you're going to get. Then you've got like Meg Newberg and all the other ones that are so organized and like no problems at all when they make stuff. They just make it and it all goes together so perfectly. It drives me crazy. It's like, how do you guys do that? So I don't know if I want to use this to fill up the gap like that. Because obviously, see, I need to fill up this area right here and this area as well. Okay, so this is where the triangle, so we need to fill this up right here. Kind of like a rose. Yeah, I don't know what that's going to look like in the end, Ron. I do like it, but I don't think that's going to work. So, so you can see where the triangle is starting to come out a little better now. We just need something in here that's going to flatten this out. You all right, Makita? She decided to come in here and hang out with me. Okay, so maybe I can do something and lay it across this whole side. But what color would you use? I do still have this pink and orange, right? And I have fuchsia and orange, and there's more of the, so this is the fuchsia pink. So that's a different pink. Okay, well, I don't have anything else out here. I don't know what else to use. I just don't know what that's going to look like in the long run. Okay. Don't I have something that's got yellow in it? Or did I already use that? Nope. Yeah, that would be way too much. Could work. I don't like it. I'm not sure if I like this yellow and pink. It's the pink that's throwing me off. So this is red and orange, right? Or, don't worry about that, right? I'll just finish it off with some pink and orange. Right? Alright, so that's what we're going to do, guys. I don't know what else to do. I mean, I've got all kinds of colors here. No, I don't like that for some reason. Let me see if I have a couple more of these. And it's pink with a yellow in the middle. I have a feeling I've used them all. Nope, I have one more. Good way to get rid of cane. Well, you wrap these with tape, and the tape sticks to your hand more than anything else. Alright, and then the only thing left for us to do is to add the center right here. And that is going to be orange and red. Oh, is that the same one? It's a little different. Which one do I like better? The reason it's different is because I use this cane. Alrighty, so let me, yeah, I'm gonna roll this out, condition it a little bit. It's like the tape is kind of disappeared in here. I might end up making a bundle on Etsy of these canes right here. Just do like yellow, green, blue, and sell them as a set. I'm going to be making some more bumblebees so that I can throw those online too. I've got a bunch of bumblebees, but they don't have that little black piece for the stinger. And so I haven't put anything up yet. I think I sold the only one that I had that had the stinger on the back. So I want to at least make a couple more of those. Okay, so that's our cane, guys. We're done. I don't usually like these on the edge because they're going to connect with another edge and they're going to have those. I really like connecting with, you know what I mean? Just some color. So, oh my gosh, I don't know if I just want to leave it or just add like a single layer of something to close them all out. I don't know what I want to do, but I feel like I've spent so much time on this that I don't want to spend any more time. I have this old piece of cane right here. I wonder if I can flatten this. See, but then it's yellow and orange, which is gonna, it's really gonna clash with all of that. Don't want any more clashing going on. But got nothing else to use this for, so the way I think it's not going to hurt it, right? See, but that to me just looks really boring too. I love making canes, and then other times I just hate making canes. I'm not going to worry about it, okay? It's going to look good, and if it doesn't, then I've got a lot of clay to play with. And if it looks good, we'll throw this up for sale. So I know that I had one more of these, didn't I? Nope, that was it. Okay, so now let's just make a little cane right here. We're going to kind of, we're going to just kind of play with this to make sure it's nice and round for the leaf. So let me do that Skinner blend of orange and red, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, we are here on the final push, guys. So, this is our leaf, right? And we're going to put the center inside. So I'm going to cut one, and then I'll cut it after it's in there. So we're going to make this nice and straight. And I'll cut a little off on each end so that it fits in the flower and not on the outside at all. Okay. And these are two separate. And the orange is coming off the top. Like that. Okay. Alright. So now, I'm taking this off so that when the other pieces combine, hopefully the orange isn't sticking out of the flower, but it could still happen. Always use the sharp blade side. Alright, so there's that. Okay, and then we're going to do that right here as well. There we go. See what happens when you use the right side of the blade? Things actually cut. Okay, so that's it. So that is our cane. And again, I don't like this because of the fact that I'm going to have double this. And part of me feels like, you know, just take it out. And the other part of me is like, it's too late. And it probably is too late to do that. But if it isn't, yep, I'm going to take it out. I know, right? Here she goes again. I think I'm just going to do that. Okay, because I want this to be the bottom. And this is going to be the side like that. So if I put this piece just right there, then I might not have a problem with it. So let's try it this way. All right, so I'm going to clean up my little work area so this doesn't happen. Okay. And I'm going to get this into a nice triangle, about like that. And we are going to reduce this And I think we're just going to do, we're going to have to do 9 inches somehow. And then we'll cut it in 3s. But tell me that's not tropical, right? So that's what it looks like so far. So let me clean up. I'm going to reduce this, and oh my God, we'll be back to put it together and make a final cut. If you're still here, thank you for sticking with me. Again, it's just me. I don't want to apologize because this is just me. I changed my mind too many times, and I'm all over the place. And that's what happens when you're ADD. Nothing I can do about it. It's not going to change. But thanks for sticking with me if you're still here. If I didn't lose any of you. And I'll be right back. Alright guys, we have cleaned up. We have cut our cane to 9 inches. We had to take a lot off. It's one thing when you work with a smaller cane, there is a lot more waste for me. And yeah. So we got a little bit of waste. So I'm going to cut this in half. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. And then we'll cut it in 3. So let's at least see what this looks like, right? So there's your cane. Now you can leave that if you want. I mean, you didn't have to reduce it. You could have left it, and that way you could do whatever you want with it. Okay, but we're going to make 3 of them like that. It is definitely very colorful. I have to admit. But we're off a little bit on this one. Okay, so now that we have that cut, we need 3 pieces. So we'll do 1.5, 1.5, and that should be 1.5. I don't know why that's a little bigger. It was 9 inches. I cut it at 4.5. Oh, it's still at 4.5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4.5. So that should give me 1.5, 3, and 4.5. So actually it wasn't too long, it was a little short. Okay, so we're just going to do that. As you can see, just I had to pull it just a little bit. Bandit, or Bandit, oh my gosh. I still call that poor dog Bandit. The city gardeners are out front. And he started barking again, so I literally shut my office door so I didn't have to hear him bark. And you guys didn't have to hear him bark. Well, it's not exactly how I wanted it to go. That orange turned very peachy on the side right here. So we're just going to close that up a little better. It's always this last piece that seems to be the hardest to get into the center. So we're just going to kind of point that up. It doesn't quite look like the leaf that I envisioned. Does it look bad? No, but that peach is really throwing me off. Alright, so before I go and reduce this, I just want to make sure everything is pretty much lining up. Okay. And we will probably reduce this down to about 1 inch. Okay, that's worrying me right there. Yeah, that orange in the center is just literally throwing me off. See what happens when you think too much. So we may get 3 inches out of this. Maybe 4 if we're lucky. Okay, yes, you can roll it, but once you start rolling, you start sucking in your ends. So I'm trying to avoid that. So if you can get it to a workable size. Okay, so I just squeeze it with the inside of my fingers here. And then I just bring out the outside. Then when you get it to a good size, you can start pulling it out a little bit. I think we're just going to make 3 1-inch pieces. If anybody wants this, let me know in the comments before I throw it up on Etsy. And I can reserve it for you under your name on that. So depending what I think when I cut this down. Alright, so now we're just a little, okay, we're a little smaller than 1 inch. But I kind of like this size a little better. Plus I have to cut it. For my taste, the color doesn't do anything for me, and it really started out very tropical and very nice. But yeah, the orange, it was orange and yellow, and it was so bright. But after reducing it, I don't know if it blended or what, but yeah, I don't like these, guys. So I won't even put these on Etsy. If any of these want these, put a comment in there. And if you want to buy a cane that's on my store, say free cane. You buy a cane and I will throw this in your box, because I really don't even want to sell this. Wow, I mean, it was such a huge difference. This is the start of it. Before I put it into the circle. And I love that. I mean, I really like that. But see how when you shrink it, it just totally, it changed the whole thing. So it's clue right there. Yeah, I know this is icky clay, but I mean, it lost its vibrancy. So I will throw this in if you guys want it. I have a total of 4. If you buy 2 canes, I'll put 2 in there. I really don't care at this point, but this is not something that I will sell. So be aware of that. Apparently, when you mix orange and yellows and you go reduce it, it ends up turning into a peach color, I guess. I don't know what happened, but there's my cane. I'm still going to show this because I like the technique that I used. I just didn't like the color combo. Okay, so think about that when you're making yours. And we will talk to you next time, guys. Bye.